Alright, travelling through the kingdoms that's been half swallowed by the first world is a dangerous, unpredictable affair, but our hero didn't have much choice. He had to save his lands, or at least what was left of them, as quickly as possible. In the final hour, when every minute counted, Thom decided the only chance was to try something risky and unreliable: magic portals leading through the first world. Sadly, the Fish's Lantern King cursed placed a heavy burden on our leader's shoulders, and yet, even barely standing, Thom wouldn't abandon his duty. Summoning all his courage, he took a step and died. Oleg's trading post. Entering a portal and landing right in the middle of a clearing where an entire family of... Okay, well, I've not buffed yet, so it's alright. Playing and is no trial for the faint heart. Our hero was lucky though. The little ones have been having their fun without any parental supervision, and when a strange two-legged creature appeared unexpectedly, they scattered. Without waiting for the caretakers of these sacred neural cat cubs to appear in the playground, Thom hurried to the next portal and soon arrived in the right place. Lovely. Alright. Do I want to get rid? Train will shout with relief. Recognizing you. Hi, your highness. Looks mortally tired. It looks good to me. But his usual gloomy face is bright with joy. I knew you would return, and right on time too. Right. Rooks remarks grumpily as his eyes are shining with joy. I'm so exhausted for trying to talk sense into these simpletons while you were gone. Some of them just scattered, others tried to act like heroes. There's no order at all. Everything is worse than it might seem, your highness. A gloomy Oleg joins the conversation. Bandits are preparing to raid us just like the good old times. The hell with them. If only they were ordinary bandits, but no. It's evil spirits coming from... great, okay. Like mice when you call them, there hasn't been a single day without the attack. Well, I'm here. We won't have to wait. There they are. Of course they are. Here, Staglord.
If it isn't my greatest mistake. I was sitting in my fortress and drinking when I should have come here and burned the damn trading post to the ground, along with everyone inside, on the very day you appeared in the stolen lands.
What can I say?
She chose you, right? My dream.
You realize you've been dead for a long time?
Dead? So what? I have my memories, I have my gang. I have 2 hands to draw a bow. Nothing is stopping me from conquering these lands as I've done before.
Your dream. You're talking about Nerissa, right?
Nerissa? I didn't even know her name. She'd come to me in dreams, and I only knew her as my dream.
Nerissa manipulated you. Accept it and rest in peace, Shadow. Which is not going to work, but you never know.
She did. So what?
Yeah, there we go.
You can't imagine what I was before she came to me. She gave me
I was
purpose.
nothing. I didn't have a purpose at all.
I cast aside the pathetic scumbag I used to call my father. I gathered my people, I cut the throats of a dozen other chiefs, and brought these lands to heal. I wanted to call her my queen.
Precious.
My dream that never came true. So what? I didn't get my queen, but at least I'll get my crown. I'll tear it from your head.
I've not got it on my head. I've got a different hat. As you can see, I've got a different hat. But oh. Sneaky, eh? Oh. Right. Oh, where'd they go? I guess we fought them off, Your Highness. The fight seems to have done you good. Forgive my frankness, but when you got here, you were looking like the grave, but now you seem alright. You do feel a surge of energy. Your curse hurts. Your curse hurts you and your followers more. The more trouble haunts your kingdom, you lessens its power by restoring peace at the trading post. Look how you holding up, staying brave. We must, Your Highness. Looks like there aren't any more of those bottom-feeding bandits in the area. If one wanders in here, I'll handle it myself. When you squish rats and roaches, you need to destroy their nest, not run after the sick. That is true. It's time for the soldiers to return to the capital. The place is in the front lines. All do, Your Highness. I'll get your guard. They're safe and sound. Stand ready for your orders. So I guess I go back here. Unless travelling through the kingdom that's been half swallowed by the First World is a dangerous, unpredictable affair. But our hero didn't have much choice. He had to save this land, or it was at least what was left of them. As quickly as possible, in the final hour, when every minute counted, Tom decided the only chance was to try something risky and unreliable. Magic portal. Oh, we already done that. As since managed to help a few more allies out of trouble, maybe it would be possible to eliminate the curse entirely. Summoning his... he went somewhere else. Trobold. The moment our leader entered the portal, he was surrounded by blinding green fireflies as big as a fist. Waving away the annoying insects, Tom entered another portal without noticing. Then another, then another. After several hours of torment, Tom managed to find his way to his own world and leave the treacherous paths of the strange reality. Trobold. Trobold. Could not help, keep screaming, crack head open. Head boink, yes, head boink. No, no, work. Let's spill out. No, can't pick up. Yeah. That's how it works, yeah. We will examine the intelligence. Opening the brain. We should know why he's so smart. They may be smart, yeah, yeah. Well done, mate, well done. Wits must be in tongue, rip out his tongue, then we eat it and get smarts. Brilliant ideas. Brilliant. Couldn't say better than myself there. Alright. We will be victorious. Victorious. She knows the score. She knows the score. She's good. Your Highness, right on time as always. Thank you for once again coming to my rescue. Not really. What are you doing here? I got kidnapped. As your lord, so I took every possible measure to protect your kingdom's most valuable asset. Myself. My knowledge is far too important to just let it vanish upon my death. So I made the executive decision to leave the walls of the capital and come here to hide from... Oh yeah, yeah, what a fucking coward, I came here to hide from the violence. As a few times in size, forgive me, Your Highness, I lied. When all this started, I took it for a chance to gain new materials in my research. Taking advantage of the confusion, I returned to the heat where I captured my first troll. I was captured by these beasts as a result. They seriously thought about cutting my face off to examine my head from the inside. Can you imagine? Not really. Not really. Alright. I don't care what you're going, just get back to the capital. Well, thank you again for your timely appearance and saving my life. I'll return to the capital immediately. Even a city swarming with monsters must be safer than these dungeons. Well, you would hope so. You would hope so. Alright, mate. Need the biggest heals in the world for you, right? Each troll slowly lifts his head as you approach, as though it's shaking off a heavy dream. Who is here? Who comes? I hear familiar steps, steps of death, steps of evil, but I am not afraid. I will look death in the eye once again. Trobold will stand. Trobold fell. You don't belong here anymore. This is our home, Borba, home of Cobalt and Troll. You are what does not belong. You and your tribe. No more words. I will squish this bug and restore Trobold. And that missed battle cycle lets you decimate, but I look so much. Tom, glad to see you with us. Your Highness, forgive me for leaving the capital without your permission, but I couldn't stay away when your subjects need help. What's going on? Well, Cyclops are about. Madness. These dead Cyclops came out of nowhere and attacked indiscriminately. Then Fordaki himself, oh no, not this guy. Oh, not this guy. The guards sent a message to the capital and they held the line this whole time. Luckily, they were able to hold on until we could make it. You can charge me with disobedience, Your Highness, but I couldn't ignore the cry for help. Thanks to me and those who followed, there are far fewer dead, but we will still need to destroy their leader. It's the guards. Well, they look dead, probably. That's all that's left. Our last hope lies with you. Let's send these undead back where they belong, to a deep grave. Can I say that first, then the other one? Cool. Yep, okay. Just like the old days. Yep. Like the old days. Now, the Cyclops I can use undead, right? There he is. There's the big man himself. Yep. There we go. Well, he died. It's alright. He came back to life. He stows his weapon and catches his breath. That was a fine battle. Just like back in my old squad when we know. This is not a time for war stories. We need to save your kingdom. Let's get to the capital. We'll give those invaders a hammering so good they'll roll to the pit of Gormus. You feel that you can breathe fully again, like a heavy burden has been lifted from your shoulders. Regaining control of Varnhold weakened the curse cast upon you.
Follow
Woo!
me. I'll make my
own. Here is dishevelled, her clothes are covered in dirt and blood. She glares at you fiercely, her eyes filled with bloodthirsty cruelty. The time of empty words and prayers is past, Tom. Lamashtu requires sacrifice now or never. Are you ready, immortal? Ready to pay the price for the blessing of the Mother of Beast? Grab me the power! No, snap out of it. The priestess casually wipes drops of blood from her chin, smearing red and pink trails across her skin. When I saw the first signs, I left the capital and came here. The voices led me. Yeah. It was the voices made me do it. The voices of those destined to give their lives at the altar. All the Lamashtu feasted well this day. The ground will long be wet with blood my knife has spilled. Get to the capital. Let's go. Lamashtu has had her fill of blood. She has no more need of me. Good. Good. Yeah, just get. Oh.
I'm positive I found something.
I'm positive I found something. She certainly did. Ooh.
It's not the first time you've saved my life. As Abadar is my witness, I'm even happier to see you now than on the day of the battle with Armag. I fought people and monsters alike, but none of us were ready for an endless horde of phantoms.
Neither will we. I think I'm just going to say just get to the capital, I guess. Gather my allies at the capital. Can you find your way
This
there?
mist obscures tracks and bewilders the senses, but your lantern will show us the way.
Cool.
I heard reports that something strange and frightening is happening in your lands. It is my duty as an ally to help you, so I gathered my best troops and came to your aid. Alas, we became lost in that sorcerous mist, and then those shadows came out of it. I don't know how long we could have held the line, but then a guiding light glimmered through the mist, and soon you appeared. We were hoping you could tell us. It must be the spells of the Fae. Or who else did you
more than
manage
that.
to enrage? This mist is no mere fog. It bewilders the senses and makes you wander in circles. But phantoms are worse. They appear from out of the mist, and there's no end to them. Shadows of our warriors and barbarians, endlessly repeating a fearful battle, none distinguishing friend and foe.
Oh, well, me back at the capital.
Until then, I can't deny it. This mist had me worried. But now I see you have the situation in hand. I'm sure that together we will overcome this pestilence, whatever it is.
You feel some of the power turn on. As usual. Alright. Oh, Duggar. Pal. What are you doing?
You were the one holding the magic lantern that led us from the mist. For some reason, I knew it was you. At least, I hoped.
I hoped. What you do?
I'm coming to your rescue, of course.
Oh, let's go.
Tiger Lords don't abandon their friends in danger. And I see your trouble is serious. We went to your capital, but got lost in this damn mist. And then we had to fight the phantoms. But when the light of your lantern glimmered through the darkness, I knew we were going to make it out.
Alright, well, I am preparing for war and gathering my allies in the capital. Can you get yourself there?
Well, you have the lantern, of course. Go, we will follow.
We will meet in the capital.
And defend
For
it to
glory.
the last. We never fought such a strange war until now. But we will not surrender without a fight.
Without a fight. Right. Just well explored, eh?
There you are, of course. After all, you couldn't miss it. A mimic cannot exist without a model, nor a villain without a hero. You don't have your own journey or your own story, for you are merely a chapter in my epic. Without me, you simply do not exist. Do you remember when we last met, you said you'd rule my lands? For the good of your subjects, wisely and fairly? So what? Did your ruling bring your subjects much good? Are they satisfied? Are they happy now? Is the toady fairy happy? Is your governor happy who turned into my footrest?
My footrest. What are you babbling about? What hero, what villain? You're dead. You're not really here.
And what do you think Irivetti is? A sack of skin filled with bones and guts that once decorated this room so beautifully? Of course not. Irivetti is a legend, and the legend has returned in all his glory.
All his glory.
Look around. I am everything I was and all that I could be. All the legends composed about me. My glory was too great to fit into one body. Here is Irivetti, wise ruler. Irivetti, invincible warrior. Irivetti, cunning trickster. Irivetti, sacred champion of Calistria. And who are you No one and nothing. A minor prop I will use to demonstrate my grandeur to the audience.
Grandeur.
Well, let us begin. It's time for you to become a part of my history.
Okay. Ooh, hello there. Okay. Thank you. Words cannot describe how happy I am to see you. It's the second time you've risked your life for my freedom. Plus, you've challenged my old enemy, an eldest whose name I won't dare say out loud. In gratitude for rescuing me and for this long-awaited defeat, I will provide you with all the help I possibly can. Casper greets you with a sweeping bow. Thank you for saving my life. You come once more to free Pitax of a tyrant, and my sword is at your service again. This time we are threatened not by a simple petty tyrant, but by a god-like monster from another world. But I will fight for my city to the last drop of my blood. Pitax has been freed, the chain that binds you to the curse has weakened, but your own freedom and our victory are not yet within our grasp. Let's hurry to the capital. We must prepare for the next step, but first tell me what became of my sister. How did your encounter at the House of Edge of Time happen? I destroyed the curse and returned to her what the eldest took away. She holds her hand to her heart. Can it be true? You managed to destroy the curse that tormented her soul for thousands of years. Will I really meet my sister again? The one I remember, the one I love so much? Oh, Tom, not all immortals are capable of the miracles you do. Before now, I only hope we could win in this war, but now I feel certain of victory. Enough talk. Time to go. Oh yeah! Got a level, folks. We got levels. Seems more fragile than she used to be, and more determined. She doesn't turn around, but apparently senses you approaching, straightens her shoulders, and breaks the silence. Will the eldest hear me out? The eldest will, says the figure in the green robe. The whole world shivers slightly at the sound of her voice. It is worth it, replies the figure in blue, who you recognise as Shaika. Oh yeah, there is so much noise in the world. Why do we have to listen to this pathetic screech? Looks back to you as if urging for support and keeps speaking with confidence. Why are you here then, the many? And why did you come to my house? Perhaps this pathetic screech interests you in some way. You wanted to become one of the eldest girl, but still you seem to barely understand what we are and what drives us. But enough. Since you are here, she turns her head slightly towards you. Ask. We need help in confronting the Lantern King and his curse. What makes you think we'll help? Intuition, I suppose. Let's just stop weaving words. We can help you, even both of you, but help must be deserved. If you wish to start again, start your journey from the end. Very well, so be it. I know how I can help you, and I know what price I will demand for it. Come to me when you're ready for a trial by fear. I will not be far. Oh boy. Looks at you with sad blue eyes. It's always difficult to deal with the highest power. They toy with us, but without their help, we wouldn't have a chance against the Lantern King. Let's talk to all three of them and find out what they want. Ooh. Talk to the Lost Prince. Okay.
Forgive me for leaving you there in the city. I was afraid the Lantern King would take me by force. When I finally began to discover the thread you pointed me towards, how to fight the curse.
What to do?
I repeat your words over and over to myself. Everything you told me about the curses. My heart tells me that we're on the right track. But we still don't know enough to challenge such an adversary as the Lantern King. I was hoping the other eldest would help and recommend some sort of plan. powers of the First World are not very friendly towards each other. So we have to at least try. We need to talk to them, all three of them, and do whatever they require to secure their aid. I'm asking you to do it. I wish to stay in this place for a while, to remember the hour of my curse. But if need be, I will send my visions to you.
Lovely. Alright. Okay, the Lost Prince, eh? The last of the three eldest remaining in the meadow barely notices you, yet you don't feel arrogance or hostility in his silent indifference. The Lost Prince is the eldest of forgotten things, sadness and solitude. He leaves his towers only very rarely, and meddles in the affairs of other elders more rarely still. All the more interesting why he is here. Obviously he's come for a reason. More about the elders. I am known as the Lost Prince. The Lost Prince, a Lost King. We have something in common, don't we? I am not from the First World. I am now as far from my home as you are from yours. The prince stops as if even this short speech exhausted him. I'm sorry if I don't entirely satisfy your curiosity. That's not the act I seek to succeed in. That's okay. You were silent when they asked if the elders would help us. He shrugs. A serious conversation abhors crowds. As for your request, different rumours circulate along among the children of the First World. They say the Lost Prince is keen to help those who've lost everything, or nearly everything. I'm afraid that what I'm about to do will do nothing to quench this ridiculous rumour. I'm going to help you. Just like that, eh? Okay. He lays eyes from the ground and looks at you, then at Nelissa. You must know much about curses, or you wouldn't be standing before me now. But I like to say, a curse is a kind of gift. One party gives it, the other one accepts it. But what happens if the accepting party refuses it? Then the gift will remain with the giver. I have no answers to this question, though I've seen it happen more than once. Many things can influence the outcome. Will, faith, and the powers of the cursor and the cursed are all laid onto a non-existing scale, and one of them tips the balance. Ponder this. You must have heard a mortal curse a god at least once. Mortals often curse the higher powers for their troubles, foolishly calling their wrath down upon them. However, such curses never have any effect on Lamashtu or Pharasma or the others. Gods simply do not accept them. And what will happen if the curse remains with the one who created it? He will be cursed. The prince says this with the same sad indifference, and yet the words sound frightening and poignant. This is the order of things. The more involved you are in anything, be it a feud, a friendship, or even the relationship between a master and a servant, the more unexpectedly this bond can bind you. This is one of the reasons I prefer non-intrusion and solitude. The Lantern Kind would also do well to put less effort into this game. So your advice is to reject the curse. How will this help us? Not only to reject it, to return it to the one who cursed you. Tell him directly that he has no power over you, and let him choke on his own poison. He has no power over you. Okay. Thank you, Eldest. We will heed your advice. Easy. Easy peasy. Stands near the edge of the water, watching the circles on the surface, the dashing waves against the shore, the shadowy currents in the depth. These things seem to tell much more than you. As you approach, the eldest looks up for a moment. In her penetrating glance, it seems to see your own reflection. An endlessly branching road, a slow gathering storm, a breath, and the apparition disappears. Magde is the eldest of complexity, faith, and triplets. I suppose we are dealing with one of our three essences, if only we knew which one. You mentioned a trial of fear. What do you want from us? Your fall, Nerissa, began with a lost battle. The Tain and Jabberwock overthrew the self-proclaimed queen and brought her to the trial of the Lantern King. This is why I'm telling you, destroy the monster. This loop must be closed. She speaks in a calm, measured manner, but you feel something powerful in her indifference. Her knowledge of everything that has happened and will soon happen, and her understanding of the fundamental nature of things. Return to me when you have completed the task. I will give you something priceless in exchange. Something that can be turned into a terrible weapon against the Lantern King. And if you cannot defeat the monster, then you don't deserve a better fate than the one that curse promises you. Well, you ask much, Eldest, to choose between dying from a curse and dying in the claws of a monster. But I believe that what I couldn't do alone might be possible for two. Where do we find it? I summoned Thane. He will be waiting for you to the south, but be careful. A true Jabberwock is nothing like Nerissa's pet, which you defeated near the castle of Moon. Alright.